Hey guys, welcome to the lab. Another exciting episode of Sundaze with the Clink Room. Today we're joined by super collector Jose. Jose, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Glad to get you on the show. You were originally tabbed to be on the show last week before your collector curation pack dropped, the fresh colorway pack. But it was a holiday, so I don't blame you. And reception was a little wonky, so glad to get you finally on the show.
Yeah, glad to be here, man. Thanks.
Yeah, perfect. So we've kind of ran into each other through some online means. So you were part of some like Facebook groups and stuff like that. I've always been impressed by your collection and the kind of depth you're able to kind of acquire Clink Room hats, I guess. And
Yeah.
that's a thing. What kind of led you to start collecting Clink Room hats?
Gosh, those darn, algorithms, man. They show up on your Facebook, and you're like, how do I get this? And I think, I think the original one was the cherry lollipop.
Right.
They're showing up, I think, on everyone's. But I think, fortunate for me, I was around when it dropped. But that was pre-pandemic, so we had to deal with a lot of the delays and stuff like that. And I for me it was just you start off with one or two at a time. Let's see how it goes with Clink Room. Let's see how these hats really are.
Right.
But man, once I got a couple, it was just like everyone else. It was immediate addiction. And then, I learned, after, a few other drops, I was like, I can't be missing, some of these hats, FOMO started kicking in, and then just start getting more and more.
At what point did you start like kind of realizing like this is a lot? Like, because I've seen some of your mail calls and they're intense. So what's your number at? Are you trying to reach a certain goal? Are you are you just kind of along for the ride?
Oh gosh, man. Right now I'm just still along for the ride.
Mhm.
I guess until I run out of space, in the house. I
Yep.
mean, I think right now we're probably, it's me and my son. And thankfully we both wear the same size hat.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
s- so sometimes we get the same one. But other times it's like, he can get other designs and I can get other ones, and it's like, we can kind of share. But
Hmm.
we're probably just Clink, we're probably well over 400, maybe 500 hats.
Yeah.
And but I think when it finally became a problem, honestly, was when the bank was calling me on the regular, hey, is this
Suspected
is
fraud.
this yeah, is this fraud, again, and I'm like, nah, it's not fraud, I promise you, it's
Yeah.
legit. But I've had to you know think about my spending a few times. But these hats make me happy, and the hobby makes me happy, the community makes me happy.
Right.
um, it's just a overall positive experience, I think. And and on top of that, I mean, I wear them, and people say it a lot, but I mean, I can vouch for it. I get stopped a lot, and my son gets stopped a lot. And I mean, I was just on vacation, and I mean, people were wearing tons and tons of we're at a Dodgers game, and people were tons and tons of hats. And
Right.
I mean, out of all the hats there, I mean, people stopped me for my Clink hat, and I was like, geez,
Yeah.
okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Like, yeah, what team is that or something? Like, hey, where's that from
Yeah.
or something? Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
also the weird thing. People always ask, what teams it's from, and
Yeah.
I've kind of learned to kind of have fun answers, because there's not really a right answer. You can't
Yeah.
say, oh, it's the team's the Clink Room, but
Yeah.
just depending on what I'm wearing, I'll come up with a creative answer to them. But
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Who are some of your favorite Clink Room artists that kind of drew you in?
Gosh, Efra's good. Siak. Um, gosh. Trying to think. of some of the other ones. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm getting it. I mean, you've seen my collection. I mean, honestly, I'm getting
Mhm.
everybody.
Mhm.
Winnie, he's good. Um, you know, uh, I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank. Sierra,
Yeah,
gone. Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of them.
monsters. Monsters. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm down anytime somebody. Oh, Marlon. I mean, anytime I see Marlon with one of his stuff,
yeah.
I'm like, "Just line me up." I mean, sometimes I'm even getting spares for Marlins.
Right, right, right. I mean, I see your name on the order form too, in the my website's backroom process too. So I appreciate um you copping some capologist stuff. So um
Yeah.
yeah. So you've had now kind of this honor bestowed upon you to be able to touch and recolor your own pack. What was that feeling like? Kind of getting tapped on the shoulder and being told like, hey, you know submit your work, or start thinking about which hats you want to do, like describe that kind of feeling, and what was that like to be given that opportunity.
Man, I mean, gosh, I was shocked. Honestly, I mean, when they first let me know, honestly, I thought if someone was playing a trick on me. I was like, someone, is this for real?
Yeah,
Am I gonna put in this work and they're gonna say, gotcha? Someone, because I'm in the groups. So I'm like, maybe someone, is reaching out to me playing a goof. But no, I was super excited. I did, graphics, for 20 years before I found Clink Room. I specialized in like custom shirts and custom hats, logos. I did stuff mainly for like, local organizations and little leagues and local
cool.
teams and stuff like that. So that's another reason I love Clink Room. So when they gave me the opportunity just to just color some stuff up, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. I mean,
Right.
it's something kind of like my bread and butter, but I don't have to do all the work. I just kind of just do a little bit of touches. So
Yeah,
great.
yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, you got to work with Taylor on that, so he's a super collaborative person, super easy to work with. Was it hard kind of like narrowing down your list? Because like I know, like even for me personally, I was able to do a couple packs, but like I'm still trying, you know, cutting back the ones that you kind of want, and like was it hard kind of like nailing down the final like list for you?
Oh yeah. I mean, when they gave me the email, honestly, I told them I was like, you guys got to give me like a week or two because I mean, I'm gonna take this seriously.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think when I went on there, I think the designs, I mean, it's well over 1,000 design,
Mhm.
like 1,100, 1,300 designs. And I really went on there and I looked at every single available design that I could recolor. And I made went on my notes on my phone and just started, you know, figuring out, which ones are, good and which ones are really good. And then I had to, kind of touch base with the crew and just see obviously which ones are kind of off limits, kind of based on, legal and stuff like that. But no, it was kind of fun to kind of get a list going and then obviously once you get your list, then it's kind of, you gotta brainstorm and kind of see, how your theme of your hat, how you can make it work, how
Mhm.
you can get the colors to jam.
Yeah, to kind of express the story and then the theme behind it for sure. We're definitely gonna break down bar, like we'll break down the bar for bar, like each hat, kind of where the inspo came from, because I saw you made a post about it, so I'd love to get your kind of expanse view on each one. But in terms of advice, like what kind of advice would you give to like some newer collectors just getting into Clink and kind of how to pace themselves? I mean, I know you kind of your pace is not easy to follow, but like what are some tips you can give to some of the newer collectors?
Honestly, I would say find a theme
Mhm.
that you like. I know some guys out there that just, they'll like, like a sport, for example, they
Right.
like, hey, I only like baseball hats. So they only like focus on one thing. But try and do that because I mean, these things, they add up, they're costly. and try not to focus so much on the time frame as far as like pre-orders. I know everyone wants them right away,
Yeah.
but I mean, really just, purchase them and kind of just forget about them, and they'll show up on your door. Nice little present. Um, but uh, but as far as just starting out your collection, just like I said, just you know, just just find something, your theme or your colorway, you know. And also, I don't really focus on matching.
Right.
Um, I know a lot of people, they like to, match a hat with their shirt or a hat with whatever. I'm just kind of like, just whatever makes you happy, I like
Right.
cool logos.
Right. What are some underrated logos you think that kind of deserve more love in terms of like recoloring and stuff like that?
Oh gosh. You know what? Man, I'm horrible on names just because I have so
Hmm.
many. It's hard to think about the names. But one thing with me and the colors is I kind of wish we kind of would do a little bit more like kind of like maybe like retro pop kind of like colors. So
Okay.
like that retro Kong that's coming out, how it,
Hmm.
a lot of those like neon 80s kind of,
80s, yeah.
I wish we could kind of get some of these older ones and maybe kind of go into a kind of a different, not so much of a traditional colorway, just get something and really throw a curveball
Funky,
at it,
funky
you know?
colors, stuff
Yeah,
to stand out more. Yeah. I get
yeah,
behind that.
yeah.
I can get behind that. All right, for sure. Appreciate you doing that with us. Let's kind of break down your pack. So these dropped for VIPs on Monday, and then general population on Tuesday. So the six hats, or sorry, the five hats that you did, um, were Hummingbird Drip, 8-Bit Kong, and Juicers. I think Juicers is probably my favorite in terms of how it embroidered and kind of the change up you did for the colorway. And then you had Astro Zombies, and then Circuit Spirit. You have the hats in hand, so I'd rather us look at the hats in hand than the pictures. But can you kind of walk us through your lineup, what inspired each colorway, and kind of why you chose each logo?
Yeah, sure. So we can start off with 8-bit Kong here.
Mhm. Yep.
So, this one here, actually, I never got this one. This is a hat I missed out on, and I kind of wanted to get a Kong that me and my son, didn't get. And I
Mhm.
know we're big time gamers, um,
Cool.
and we really like the old school games. And so 8-bit, anything that's like right up our alley. So when we saw this hat, when we first, got onto Clink, we were super bummed that we missed it. And so that's why we picked this one. And then the colorway, we're a fan of purple. I think purple is just kind of, it doesn't get used enough. It's starting to get used more, but I think it can get used a lot. And then we've been just calling it kind of the 8-bit grape ape is what me and my son have been calling it.
Nice.
But yeah, no, we're just a huge fan of the anything 8-bit, so that's why we decided to go with this one. And then we decided to do the green UV just to kind of go with the old kind of also
Classic.
that
Yeah.
grape classic
Yeah.
uh
Good call.
theme. Yeah.
Good call. That's a great one.
And then next one I did was Astro Zombie. Uh Old school. It was one of the older logos. I kind of wanted to start off with get some older logos, and that's kind of that's where a lot of mine are. Um, but we didn't have to do much tweaking to this one. We just kind of changed up his the color of his uniform,
The suit,
and
yeah.
then the
Suit.
brains. We just kind of went from, I think the original one was kind of like a purple, and this one we
Right.
kind of changed up to pink. But you know, I'm a I'm a big with my past. I have PTSD, so I'm pro cannabis, and so this hat makes me feel like you're kind of floating in space. So anytime you have a bad day, you know, just kind of whatever your method is, it's something to kind of relax a bit, and it's kind of a fun, goofy zombie design. Um, Pink UV for my pink crew out there.
Right.
So yeah, definitely like this one.
Cool. It's got like a dirty martini feel almost.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like the olive
Yeah.
visor on it. It's just kind
Right.
of enough to make it unique, but not enough to make it like super wild, you know?
Right. 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 Smooth.
And then we got the circuit. Um, Kind of was just going for like well, it's another one. Me and my son kind of like the video game vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
And one of our first hats that we got was the cherry circuit. So we kind
Mhm.
of wanted to go back to another one, and we were kind of thinking about kind of like the old school traditional colors for the game. And so I was like, well, blue is I think kind of one of the ways to go. Um, the only downfall is, I'm a Yankees fan, so I kind of wish I would have gotten navy blue instead of the royal blue. But I
Mhm.
think everyone else is kind of happy with this one
Yeah.
because it flew off. I think some of the Dodgers fans
Oh,
are
I think
happy with
blue.
this hand.
Yeah. I think blue.
Yeah,
Yeah. Slick.
it's a good one. And then my juicers. Ooh,
That was my favorite, I think.
yeah, I'm real happy with this one. It embroidered like you said, real nice. Um, I'm a huge baseball fan.
Right.
Uh, Played all the way up through high school. Then I started coaching. Before my kid was even born, I was coaching, and then we had my son, and I coached him up. Um, I'm kind of not the way some of these traditional baseball people are. I don't mind some of the rule breaking and some of the
Right.
juicers out
Little,
there.
little bat flip.
Yeah, a little bat flip,
Little
you know.
swag. Yeah. Cool.
My mindset is kind of give every team a big old muscle bound guy to you know hockey has an enforcer, give
Mhm.
every team a juicer, you know.
Right. Right.
But
Right. Right.
I really had to just pay homage to baseball for the little juicers.
Yeah.
and
That's
and
how you flipped it though, because it doesn't look. I mean, obviously it looks like the original, but it has a completely different feel from the original hat, which was an orange, and you totally flipped it, which is so cool to me.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's just it pays off homage to the original, but
Mhm.
just you do enough little color to make it totally different, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then finally, this is I think my favorite. And then my son actually, I'm surprised he actually likes this one too, is his favorite. But the hummingbird drip. We did this one as a tribute to my wife. We lost her 4 years ago. She lost her battle with mental health. Her favorite, she loved all kinds of little critters, but little birds and little hummingbirds were her favorite, stuff like that. But the colors for mental health and suicide awareness, stuff like that, is purple and teal, and so that's why I
Mm.
did the purple UV with the teal
Cool.
button. And but yeah, so ever since that, I've been a huge advocate for mental health awareness, and I'm in several groups online for that. And sometimes I do like local events, and I'm always trying to promote, that way other families don't have to go through the same stuff that me and my son, have gone through, and just trying to, turn our, misfortune, hopefully other people, like I said, will lead a better life, you know?
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a like I said earlier, man. It's a great pack. Um, it is a little smaller than the typical six, but sometimes um, legal and stuff like that gets in the way. But I'm excited to see what you potentially can do in the future too, because the way they label it, Jose won, infers
Yeah.
that there's going to be another number there. So I'm excited to see. I'm
Yeah,
excited
man.
to see what's going to happen. So
Yeah.
um,
I'm
yeah,
excited
yeah,
too.
perfect, perfect. All right, now we're going to get into the last call. So the next six hats we will kind of cover. You have last call to get your pre-order in before midnight tonight. So we got Holy Smoke, by Flanagan, El Macho by Jacobo, and the big one by Win and Sawed Off Samurai. Any notes or thoughts on any of these three designs?
I mean, honestly, I mean, those three are great designs. I mean, you know me, I'm gonna pick up all three of them.
Hmm.
But as far as, I mean, I really like the Holy Smokes. I mean, I think that's gonna do well. I mean, especially with everything that's going on in with the Pope and everything and
Yeah,
baseball. I think that's gonna have a lot of rewearability. The El Macho, I mean, that's great. I think, even my son's gonna probably end up picking up that one. And then the big one, I mean, there's been several of these hats now. I can tell that's one of these continuing themes now where these Inception hats are starting to pop up more and more and more. And out of all of them, I gotta say that the big one though, it's one of my favorites out of the Inceptions. And I don't know if that's the right word to use for these logos,
yeah. I
but
don't even know if there's an actual term for them, but yeah, it's like a scenescape within an object.
yeah.
And like it's hard to yeah.
But yeah, I think Samurai. I think that him and I think him and Winnie they knocked this one out, and I think for the fishermen and the outdoorsmen and stuff, I think they'll have a blast wearing that hat.
For sure, for sure. I'm a big fan of Holy Smoke, just like you. You know that kind of came from that conclave challenge we kind of set forth, and the Pope being American, and him wearing White Sox hats, and him being at the World Series, the last World Series that the White Sox play. I think it's just such an awesome story. I think it's kind of like funny too. It's topical, so yeah. The original I think was black gray, which was obviously White Sox colors, but they actually blocked it like a White Sox hat. So I was kind of surprised that they did that. But hey, I'm all for it. So
Yeah,
um, that one's so cool. El Macho, just nostalgic feel. Um, I grew up in the '80s playing with the rubber wrestling toys and
yeah.
the toys that like the move like that or whatever.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember
yeah,
those.
yeah. So
That
just
looks great.
nostalgia. Yeah. And then the big one I can see the appeal. You know, if you like fishing and spending time, family, friends, whatever. Just I mean that one looks like a father son scene, but like just hanging out, fishing. It's a cool piece for sure.
Oh yeah,
Moving forward, we got Viking Funeral by Heather and Dizzle, Stock by Milos and Todd, and then Voltage Vermin, Sierra Gons and Buenos Biscuits teamed up for that one. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, I think they're all doing great here. Viking Funeral. I mean, that one's popping. The colors are doing really good on that one. Uh, you know, um, what's the other one here? I'm trying to see my notes.
Stock.
Stalker, yeah.
Yeah,
That one's another one. I think that one's gonna embroider well. I think a lot of people might be sleeping on that one, just because it doesn't pop, right here on the screen. But I think it's gonna embroider well. Uh, um, and also Voltage. Voltage is a fun one. I think that one is gonna be one I'm gonna probably end up picking up two of. One for me and my son. That
right.
thing is just gonna, pop. I mean, if people want something to wear and people are going to be like, where'd you get that hat? I mean, Voltage is going to be one, to get.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I can't remember if I think it is though. Has some like gold glow in the dark kind of aspects to it. I think they did make like the
The
white in
teeth.
it glow in the dark, which would be a cool touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a solid lineup. So, quick reminder: midnight tonight. These will be taken off of pre-order and sent to production. So you guys do get a small discount for pre-ordering these units. So they brought back a shock drop this week. So they hadn't had a shock drop in the last couple of weeks, so I was kind of surprised to see it. But Free Lollipop came back in the classics, Clink Room Classics side patch. Side patch or not, this hat flew. Had a lot of people kind of complaining that they missed it. So you knew that this one was gonna not last long. But Free Lollipop, kind of bringing it full circle. You were mentioning this was one of the early ones to kind of rope you in. What were your thoughts on Free Lollipop?
Oh man, they caught me sleeping last night, man. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, I was
I missed out too, so I didn't get it either. So
I was I was out, watering my lawn and I got my alarm. I have my alarm set every night for just in case. And I
Mhm.
was just like you. I was like, nah, they're not gonna do a shock drop. They haven't done it in a while. Ain't gonna happen. And I got inside. I was like 30 minutes later, and I was like, let me check. And I was like, it was like 7 1/4 was like the only thing left. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna stretch it out. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad people got it. Yeah, of course, man. Good for Marlin. Lollipops. They fly anytime they come out. And this one was a beauty. And I can't blame it. For going.
Mhm.
It just tells people, don't be sleeping. You never know when they're gonna do this shock drop.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the last one, it was like a mint color with like a all copper. That one flew.
Yeah,
So I mean, hopefully he has another one on the way. Maybe like all silver. That'd be kind of badass. But yeah,
yeah.
this one remains strangely like one of like the hype. I guess now the hype logos. So
Yeah, no,
keep
it's
that.
one of the go-tos now. I think anytime you drops, it's just gonna fly. It's kind of like one of the bread and butters for Clink.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of curious if they could do these like this same style of art, maybe in a different pose, or have them doing something different, maybe. Because I know this is the art lifted from the wrapper.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see them do different versions of this. But yeah, I'm for recolors too. So very strong black, metallic gold, and the grander. You can never go wrong with that. But all right, now let's cover Morning Critz. So we're gonna give you guys an advanced look at the 20 designs that will be up for voting tomorrow. So make sure you guys head over to the Clink Room's story tomorrow morning to vote in the designs you want to see hit the pre-order shop on Friday. So we're starting off with cilantro leaves by L Maxon. What are your thoughts on this?
No, I mean, I think it's good hat. I mean, it looks a little, um, I mean, it might be a little too limey for
Hmm.
me, but
Yeah.
I think people have fun with it. I mean, I think we're still trying to, people are still trying to get in their nods onto, anything trees or anything like that. But
Hmm.
uh, but yeah, no, I mean, I think it'll be a fun hat. I
For
like I
sure.
like the visor on it.
Yeah, it's like that Panama kind of Panama
Yeah,
Tandem or
yeah.
Timberland boot color. Yeah. I'm with you. It might be a little on the like too much green side. There's not a lot of contrast between the crown um, and
And
the actual logo itself. You almost would rather it be like all Panama and then maybe that lime green as the under. Um, I don't know if the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to have an issue for him spelling the Leafs like they spell it, grammatically incorrect. I'm from Toronto, so the name was always confusing to me. The Leafs, not the leaves, but the cilantro. And cilantro is a polarizing thing. I know some people that think it tastes like gasoline, and other people who love cilantro. So I think that's hilarious.
Yeah,
But yeah, logo wise, it's a cool logo. It's a cool logo, but
yeah. No, it is.
legally, we'll see if it passes through. 50-50. I would say I wouldn't want to clip anyone's wings before they fly, but yeah,
Yeah.
this one might be a legal issue, but cool to see him around too. So this is the first time I've actually seen Max Almeida Galvez post. So he's looks like he's from Mexico. So hopefully we see more of his work moving forward. Number two, fireworks week submission. So Torito, kind of a fireworks cow here. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it looks interesting. It looks like a fun hat.
Hmm.
I like the colors on it. The only thing, I mean, I would definitely get it. The only thing, I would be, a little bit maybe concerned about is some of the detail on the embroidery, you know,
Yeah,
just because there's a lot of little things in there. But I mean, I like some of the stuff that you don't see, you know, um, too often, and this
right.
is one of those hats, like, where would you get this from, And that's just a really cool, logo. So I could see myself ordering something like this.
Yeah, yeah. And it's cool. It like kind of leans into like the culture. You
Yeah,
mentioned in the post, it's loaded with fireworks traditionally used in Mexican festivals, especially the patron saint celebrations. So anything that like really tells a story and kind of expresses culture
Yeah.
and educates people, I think is a cool thing. Yeah, I like it. I probably would opt for a button with a little bit more contrast. Maybe just pull that blue from down below up top, or even use like maybe a yellow from the fireworks. But all in all, it's a good piece, I would say. Number three, Gabe is back with King. What are your thoughts here?
I think it's going to be a winner. I mean, I think Gabe's been doing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
And I can't really. I mean, I would order it as is. You know, uh, as I see it. But I think it looks good. Um, the only uh, I'm wondering if I mean, I like red, but I'm wondering if how other people are going to think about the red undervisor. But I think
yeah,
it looks good. I'm digging the purple. Like I said, I don't think purple gets used quite enough, but I think the
hmm
purple and the gold. I think it's gonna. I think it'll be a good hat.
yeah. It's
I
almost
think.
like the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I like the leaves too behind it. I also like how the leaves don't have any outline. How it's just
Outlines. Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's just the leaves, you know?
yeah. It's almost like the chimp version of that one that Omar did, uh, with the chain and the crown with
Yeah.
the Kong, and he has a lot of the same purples and reds that he used. Yeah, you mentioned the no outlines. Yeah, it seems like Gabe's kind of like sampling like almost this new like art style where it's almost like a stencil, almost like a
Yeah.
t-shirt print. Yeah, it's an interesting piece. I haven't really seen him kind of dabble in this style before, so it's kind of cool to see him kind of expand. But yeah, it almost looks like a screen print put over. Uh, to me, the motif is a little bit kind of not overplayed, but like used commonly, I guess. So
Yeah.
that might help it. It might hurt it. That I'm not sure, but yeah. Um, that's King from Gabe. Good to see him around still. Number four, Hip Hop Anonymous, by Soundwave Threads and Steve. So Sawed Off Samurai. I'm always gonna think of Big Daddy when I hear this word being said out loud. And what are your thoughts here?
I love the logo. Um, the only thing I'm not really a fan of is, and just because and I like the idea, but I just haven't seen it executed well. Is the visor, the
Right.
camo print visors? You
hmm
know, they just seem. I don't know. They don't. I don't know. I just haven't seen it executed well.
Okay.
Maybe if we could do like if it was like a camo UV, so it wasn't so prominent.
Yeah.
But the logo I think is great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strong. I think it's funny. It's a
And
strong logo. It kind of like gets faded into the crown, which is cool
yeah,
too. Yeah, no real crazy notes. I mean, he's wearing sunglasses and has night
yeah,
vision at the same time, so that's a little bit. Which one is it? Is it bright or is it dark? But I mean, still cool. It's
yeah.
still
No,
cool.
it's definitely a cool hat, and I can see it
Yeah.
getting some love and all that other stuff. Like I said, just me personally, I just know it's kind of hard when they do the camo stuff. It can be a harder hat to wear, you know?
Right. 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 Moving forward, we got bands. Bands that make good dance. Soundwave and Hakobo teamed up. Hakobo famously has a bunch of different money. I
Yeah,
think money counters, bank vaults, stuff like that. But looking like he's expanding that series with Soundwaves, which is pretty exciting. Doing the Shador Sanders too with the Shom Laroli.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on this one?
I think I like the colors on it. I like the green and the tan on it.
hmm
That like light tan. I think it's a hat that'll stand the test of time. Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't have anything bad to say on this one. I think it's a great hat.
Yeah, I like how like like the band holder thing is like a popped collar, like that douchey, popped polo collar.
Yeah.
Um, One small thing, uneven hand number, like finger numbers. So you got 4 on one side and 3 on the other side. Other than that, I think it's a flawless hat. I think they did a great job.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
Yeah. All right. Number 6, Sakura Sunset. 14-8 teamed up with Gemini triplets. So it looks like Tim is expanding that kind of Sakuranami kind of series and kind of mixing that with Neil's kind of traditional, almost block work style art. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, I like the Sakura stuff. I mean, and I like yeah, I mean the series. I think this one it kind of goes back to like that when we were talking about the Inception designs earlier.
Mhm.
It feels like this one just needs like another layer or something in there. It feels like it's doesn't have enough depth
Yeah.
inside the flower to really show the volcano and the rising sun, you know?
Yeah.
But I see the idea there. But I think it could be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. It's like some type of element, or maybe you could work in something, maybe even in a negative space or something, to
Yeah,
kind of give it that +1 to get people to gravitate or vote to it. Yeah, I feel like
yeah,
it's like the subject matter is it's like this kind of like Sakura shape, and then you got the mountain and the sun that you said, but like there's nothing really pushing me to say I need that. So I
yeah,
don't know what it would
exactly.
be. Maybe like a tree branch or um, maybe some falling flower petals. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I'm with you. It's just I
It
think
just
it's just
needs,
missing an element or two.
yeah,
Number 7, I like someone a lot. Classic drip.
yeah.
Seamus and Rusty B's got together. So Mike and Brandon. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, no, I saw this one earlier in the week, and no, I mean, I liked it. I like the colors on it. It's one of those fun, summertime designs, logos. I think it could, go a long way. I personally would get it. It's just a fun one. It brings you back to your childhood. You know, it's just. I wish there might have been maybe a little bit more water drips maybe on it, maybe something maybe more dripping from it. But
Yeah,
other than that, I think it's a pretty good hat.
yeah. It's almost like the perfect representation of like if you grew up playing with these, like you exactly know how it feels, how they work. These things kind of aren't good. If you brought this to like a water gun fight and someone else had like a super soaker, you'd be toast. But it's just the right amount of like nostalgia, and the art is really cool. He plays a lot of tricks too. So like these parts look really, really textured. You almost feel it. And then
Yeah,
how he like darkened like the back part of this plastic. So if you've ever opened them up, you know that kind of keeps it together. But he did like the reflection and the made those parts darker, and then like the little tip here that if behind the plastic is darker, like he's doing he's flexing a lot of like different skills and stuff
yeah. No,
there.
he
So
he did he did well with the plastic on it.
yeah, just rad, man. Um, I hope this one makes it. This one screams summer for sure.
No, it
Um,
does. They nailed it.
yeah. Number 8, Buenos Biscuits is bringing us the Speed Racer, kind of like that bat worm and the bad apple thing. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, it's a fun design. It's something that you really got to be creative to do something like this. Speed
Mhm.
reader. Um, uh, y- uh, the only thing I'm not really feeling is I mean, I like the logo, but I'm not really feeling the color of the hat.
Okay, it's like a stone and brown. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish maybe you know there was more color to it. It seems like it's a really fun logo, and then the hat isn't as fun as the logo is.
Hmm.
But other than that, I mean, it seems like it'd be a cool logo for, back to school or something
Right.
like that,
Right. Would you have gone for like a blue or something, like a blue and a yellow or something?
That's actually what I was thinking too. Right,
Yeah.
I was thinking like a blue
Yeah.
would have been better than the stone.
Yeah. Um, I like it. To me, it shows a lot of motion, but it still feels kind of static a little bit, like the wheels kind of a little bit static. But like I see what he was going for. I do appreciate that. The fruit itself, the apple, almost looks like a tomato a little bit. So maybe just amplify it more. Maybe just make it more higher, maybe, and then you can kind of
Yeah,
tilt it to kind of play along there. I would add like maybe like a little steering wheel too, something.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, art wise is cool, concept wise is cool. I just think small details here and there. Um, you can add maybe like some funny sayings on the books, maybe like even a Clink Room logo or something. I don't know, just so that they're not plain books. But yeah,
yeah.
um, it's a cool piece for sure.
He's
Good
definitely on
job
the way
doing it.
there. He's
Yeah,
definitely on the way to getting it there. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. And it's just like how this is drawn is just really rad and cool, kind of almost like a Rat Fink style too. So
yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
yeah. Number 9, Vols is back, so the Brain Buster. Um, definitely mess you up, getting hit in the head with that. But what are your
Jeez.
thoughts here?
Yeah, no, it seems like it's just one of those, it's one of those, Clink, skeleton, Thrasher classic, designs
Yeah,
that we all see. But yeah, it looks good, looks scary, looks mean. The hat looks good. I'm not really, the only thing that kind of takes me away from what I see is I'm drawn to the undervisor, I'm
mhm.
kind of wondering, if but I guess I mean, I see how it's gonna match the tool and the bone in this in the face and stuff, but it seems like it's you know like real. What is it, like a coppery kind of? It's not like a brown, but it's like a
Almost like a slate. Yeah, I don't know how
yeah.
to describe it. Yeah.
I mean, I like having that UV color underneath there. I'm wondering
Mhm.
if they should have just done like instead of done the slate, if they should have done the
The light gray.
like the light gray, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Other than that, the logo looks just like one of the bread and butter, Clink Smasher.
yeah. It's definitely a rad piece. It's like that character in Mario, like that kind of like brick that just falls down meets like
Yeah.
Alice in Chains, Ozzy Osbourne concert tee or something.
No, it
Like,
looks good, dude.
yeah,
It looks mean.
yeah, it's a rad piece, for sure. I'm with you too with the underwriters. I can't really tell what it is, but I do hope that if they do this thing, like yeah, just roll with the light gray. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, just one that doesn't really have to make much sense. It's just a rad looking logo. So
Yeah.
I'm with it. Number 10, we got Mine, by Seamus the Skunk and Bulldog Drawer Extraordinaire, Jason Volante, Jason V. What are your thoughts here?
Well, I mean, I have Frenchies,
Oh yeah,
so I mean, anytime I see a Frenchie, I'm like, oh great, there goes my wallet a little bit.
yeah,
But I'm glad he was actually able to they were actually able to do a different pattern, because I know in the previous it was always kind of like a lot
that
of
fawn color.
browns
Yeah,
for
that
the
fawn color.
Frenchies, and so it's kind of nice that you got some white in there. But yeah, no, it's I like the bottom jaw, how it kind of looks like a little bit like a Hannibal Lecter, like he's really not giving up that bone, you
Right.
know. But
Right.
no, I think it's good. I think it's a that pink UV is gonna pop on it. Um, and it seems like anytime they release a dog hat, or especially these Frenchie hats too, it seems like they always do well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool piece for sure. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I love Jason V's Frenchie hats, but they always seem to be like that kind of fawn color. I actually tried to submit like a French in a different colorway, so we'll see if that actually works. But yeah, it's a smooth piece. I love the collar, the man, like that metal jaws making me kind of question what the heck it is, but it's still like a cool piece. Um, yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah, no, it's
Stuff
definitely
like,
like,
yeah, maybe I would have made it like the bones crushed, maybe, or like he just chomped it, but I don't know if it really needs that. So, um,
yeah, the bone
yeah,
itself looks pretty tough too. You know, it already looks
yeah,
like a real rugged bone. And I think if you have, it's one of those things. If you have a Frenchie, you know, or one of those types of dogs, you kind of know. You know, once you
yeah,
get that bone, you ain't getting it back.
yeah. You're not getting it back, especially if they lock onto it. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck. Yeah, great work. It's cool to see that these two guys working together and kind of come up with this collab. That's awesome.
yeah.
Number 11, 14.8 with Panda Ink Blot. What are your thoughts here?
No, I mean it's cool. I mean, I definitely it's something haven't seen a lot of, you know, where people are doing a, you know, an ink blot or something like that. But and then pandas, you know, with the shoe game and all
Mm-hmm.
that other stuff, you know, I mean, pandas are hot and black and white. You know, it's a classic design. It looks like it's a green UV on it. So
Yep.
everything looks like it's just gonna be classic, classic, classic. Um, you know, and you know, I think the panda bear is something that you get a lot of, you know, rewearability out of it. But no, I think it's the only thing about it is with all the stuff on the, you know, on the side, it kind of looks a little bit, you know, raccoony,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, if you don't know if it's a panda, I could see some people kind of looking at it and being like, "Oh, you have a raccoon hat," you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, I like it.
Yeah, and like for me, like these kind of ink splotch kind of things, like it's always like trying to interpret, like is there like another hidden meaning, or maybe there's like another thing. Like I'm trying to see if like this spells panda because it kind of almost looks like it does. This almost looks like it spells clink. So like I'm kind of, it's like an interesting logo. I'm just kind of trying to find different,
Yeah,
things
there's
within it. But yeah, I like it generally.
yeah.
Number 12, Summer Sunday, Point Exco. Um, with the swinging Sunday. Looks like almost like Mr. Redleg inspired. What are your thoughts here?
No, it looks. I mean, baseball. You know, looks. I think it looks good. I mean, uh, yeah. I mean, right off the bat, anything baseball is already going to get my attention. You know, because you know I'm a huge baseball fan. Um, I don't. I mean, my only, you know, uh, you know, issue is I don't necessarily say, you know, see Sunday when I see the hat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I can definitely see he's got, you know, some sort of, you know, dessert, some sort of treat or whatever. But it would take me a while of staring at it to think it's a some sort of Sunday. But I can definitely see he's like swinging and it's baseball related.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe make his head maybe like less blue and kind of more transparent, so you see that there's more ice cream in there, maybe potentially. Um, this is an interesting piece. Like I would have thought if I didn't look at the name, I almost would have guessed like Jay Matz made this because he's like kind of king of that like classic baseball style. So it's cool to see someone else's take on that kind of motif. But yeah, it's a fun piece. I don't know if I love like all this like drippy kind of wet ice cream, wet melted ice cream part, but I do understand why he did it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a smooth little piece for sure. Kind of like that, like a Dr. Ornbacher
Yeah.
kind of character, with the Raleigh fingers mustache. Yeah, it's a fun piece for sure. Maybe I would have made like the cherry instead of just sitting there. Maybe that would have been the ball he hit. I don't know, but yeah, it's a cool piece for sure.
It's weird
Sunday.
to see him. It's weird to see Point X doing a design like that because usually they're doing the scenes and you know all that stuff. You know.
Hmm. For sure. Yeah. good to see him kind of expand and get out of his comfort zone, I guess. But yeah. Looks like Matt Bells and Whistles is back. Matthew Bell with the Bull Rider. Uh, this time riding a gator, which is kind of a crazy scene in itself. But what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, it's definitely wild. It's
Yeah,
definitely a wild hat. Um, it just seems like it's I mean, I like the colors on it. I like the blue. I like the green. I like that kind of that blue genie blue that he's got. It's not like a royal
yeah,
blue, or it's not. It's like it's a different blue that they're working with. Um, the logo itself. I mean, I like also the idea of a cowboy riding a gator. Um, to me, when I look at it though, it just seems like like it's it's too flat. It just seems like the image is just it needs more depth, like more layers or something in it. Like it's missing a little bit.
yeah, yeah. I think part of it too is like the actual like anatomy of the gator makes it kind of hard to fit in this like shape. Like you would never see a gator kind of floppy like this, or even like
Yeah,
they just go side to side. That's the issue. So
yeah,
like there's part of it that like I think is like an anatomy issue where it's like not shaped naturally like an alligator because it's they're usually like really long. So like this head makes it look like it's kind of stumpy almost. Because if you were to see a gator with a tail like this long, you almost expect the gator to be out here,
yeah,
not stumpy like that. So that's part of it too. Is like the animal he chose is not gonna fit right for the design. So
yeah,
that's not to say it's drawn badly. I think the tail looks excellent. The texture looks excellent. The head is drawn beautifully. It's just the actual shape of it makes it seem like it's a little awkward. Like,
yeah. The proportion, even of the cowboy
yeah,
on him, it's just like the proportions, just in general, it's just kind of little needs to
yeah,
be it just needs to be reworked a little bit more.
yeah. Like, there's no way his arms are that long. Sorry, the legs and stuff. So it's
Yeah,
just it's just something that it doesn't. It's a little off putting on the eyes. Like, so you could tell something's like kind of funny about it. But
yeah,
in terms of the art, I do like the art though. So
yeah.
exercise your demons, Junker, with calling back to that '80s era that you called for a little bit. But we got this kind of like a um, early morning exercise style video, almost video vixens. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, honestly, this is one of those kind of hats that I would. I mean, you know, you know, it's hard to. I mean, I like it. I like the color of the hat. It's got that like looks like a charcoal crown.
Yeah.
I like the pink and looks like a mint blue or something.
Hmm.
Um, and it's kind of the logo looks fun. Uh, you know, it's it looks looks like a fun, cool logo. People are kind of like, "What the heck are you wearing on your head?" When they see you. But that's kind of like the stuff I like. Um, but no, I mean I like it. It's definitely a fun one.
It's definitely a unique piece. The pose is extra cool. You don't normally see this pose being done on a hat too. It's kind of done in like this pinwheel style, or sorry, pinup style like thing.
Yeah,
The thing with the pinups though is because you have such a space being used for the whole body. I mean, that's what makes a pinup. You lose a lot of detail in the face, so that's one of the unfortunate kind of things with a design that's framed like this, or even like the composition is like this. Is like you end up not being able to really pack in the details to the face. So um, it's just one of those things you kind of have to sacrifice if you want the silhouette to look like that. So unfortunately, that's one of the things. To me, the red I feel like is kind of doesn't really work well with this color palette in terms of like the beetroot and the vice color. I
yeah.
don't know what I would do to change it though. Unfortunately, um, it's still an interesting piece, and I would like to see something like this kind of get through. But
Yeah, they
it's
would definitely
also
have to probably tweak some of I see what you're saying. They'd have to tweak the color a little bit,
yeah,
but hopefully they can work with it to get it to go through.
Yeah, yeah. I think like the bare bones of it and the concept is cool. I just think just needs a little bit of fine tuning. That's all. But yeah, it's a cool piece. It's a good pun, exercise your demons. Like it's a good piece for sure.
Yeah, something we're not used to seeing.
Exactly. Number 15, reincarnation. Levi and Junker got together. I believe this is the second iteration or a recolor of the original. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely, it looks good. I don't remember the first one, but this one, the I like the logo. I like the color. It looks like, it would everything blends together well. It has looks like it would embroider really well. Looks like it would have nice depth and layers on the embroidery. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't see too many. I mean, actually, I don't see really any issues um with it. I think it would be a good hat.
Yeah. It looks like they changed it from original, maybe a little bit of the filigree on the bottom, and then the colorway. So the original colorway was like a dark brown, almost like uh, a mud pie with like an olive green with a red underneath. So they flipped that to looks like a Vegas and a black, Vegas gold black. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
opened it up a little bit, made it a little bit more bright, and kind of let that gold shine through. Both were good pieces, but that one was originally the original was originally submitted in March. So cool to see them kind of give this another shot. So yeah, like
Yeah.
you, I'm gonna echo a lot of the same things you said. I think it's smooth. I think it'll embroider good. It's a cool kind of art style too with the flower and the filigree. Yeah, I like this one. Number 16, we got Conquer Kong. We got the gorilla with a spear pencil, which is kind of cool. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, right off the bat, I like the crown. I mean, I like that the overall hat. I mean, I like that color.
Hmm.
I wish we had, more of these kind of like maroon hats
Yeah,
come through. I like the Kong. It's something that's a little bit different. We don't we're always getting kind of like the just the headshots, or
yeah,
something like that. So it's kind of nice to have it. And then it's, right off the bat, you just think it's just going to be a traditional King Kong with a spear, and then you see the homage to the pencil, and so I think it's a fun one. Um, yeah, I mean, it looks like it has enough depth in it. I like his how his hands on the bottom looks real strong and powerful, and he's also kind of popping out of the 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 circle logo a little bit,
yeah, yeah,
so yeah, no, I think it looks pretty good.
yeah. I'm with you. It's a smooth colorway, right off rip. It kind of looks like that crimson and gold is kind of like a Boston College, Florida State University kind of colorway. And you got the blue in there. It kind of reminds you like old school Phillies almost. But yeah, it's a smooth piece. I like the pencil spear. I think is really cool. Um, I'm with you too. I like the design choice of not having it be confined by the circle and kind of extending out and having certain elements kind of pop through the circle. It makes it a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's a cool piece. There's not much to the story other than it's just like a gorilla screaming, but sometimes you don't really need like a full, feature length story. It's just like a rad looking piece.
yeah.
Number 17, Locks by Heliel Studios. If I'm remembering correctly, he's from the Netherlands. But what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, this one's definitely, I mean, I would definitely have to pass on this one. I mean, I can appreciate, the artwork for the dog, all that stuff, but it's just too much, color, for me. I mean, it looks, I'm guessing you got the two panels on the front, and I'm guessing there'd just be one whole back panel, for the back. But
Let me see. unless he did it like a pin. He didn't show the back, but
He didn't do a
I
pinwheel, did
imagine
he?
he might even just do the colors reversed on the back. So maybe yellow on one
Yeah.
side and green on the one side, make it a pinwheel. I think that's what he's going for.
I mean, it could be like I said. I mean, if your thing is Rastafarian and all that, that great. But like I said, I think it's just really, you're really going after a real small market with this hat, just because, it's just even if that's your thing, it's just the colorway is just so loud, and it's just a difficult hat.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
even the logo itself too. I mean, I wish it had a little bit more depth. It just seems like it's just one flat, logo that's also just kind of on there. But yeah, I just wish, you know, um, it wasn't, like you have the three colors on the logo, and then you have, we can see right off the bat three colors on the hat, not even including the undervisor. So I just wish they would have either picked, are we going to see the colors on the logo, or are we going to see the colors on the hat? It just seems like it's just too much.
Yeah. It's definitely a a different kind of logo. He's um off rip, it's a dog, but like Party Wonders, like it's got some human elements with the dreads, and I know there's dogs with dreads too. So like I think they're called poolie dogs or something. But
Like I
yeah,
think this hat would have been great if I think this would have worked better if it was on like a white hat,
mm,
or something like that, and just really let the logo, stand out. But I
right,
think when you have the logo on top of all that other colors, I think it's just kind of it's just a lot. If it would have been putting it on like a chrome
yeah,
hat or something like that.
yeah, or even stone works too, almost like a hemp bag color or something like a tarp kind of color.
Yeah, even like that.
Yeah, all right. Moving forward, we got the Grave Robber. Ryan Simmons animations back with this one. What are your thoughts here?
Um, uh, I mean, I like the colors of the hat. I think the colors of the logo seem real bright. To me, uh, it seems like we could have gone maybe a bit more muted with like the red and like the yellow. Um, but the logo itself is cool. I can appreciate that. It just seems like it's just real, like like neon almost, like real just the
Yeah,
contrasty, you know?
yeah. Like for me, like all the like the bright yellows and with the reds, it makes me feel like he's more of like a welder or like a blacksmith as opposed to like a grave robber.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
I'm saying. I mean, if you didn't say grave robber, I really wouldn't get grave robber.
yeah,
It would take me a while of staring at it and guessing it to be like, oh, okay, he's a grave robber. Just because
right,
of the colors, like I said, it's just really, really, it's bright. Like it's almost like
right.
you just said, he's like standing in front of a furnace or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Art wise, I like the art smooth.
Yeah.
The skull is smooth, but yeah, there's some questionable, I guess, color choices that doesn't really help tell the story. If you were to go maybe like purple or something, in like a light purple, instead of the red, I think it would totally change the composition, and kind of how we feel about it. But it's a cool piece.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you almost you might even be like a someone who works like at a crematorium or someone getting ready to rob him before he throws them in the
Yeah.
cremator or something. But yeah, it's a cool piece for sure. Number 19, Boom, Big Flies, and Wind Studio coming together with this kind of like swinging logo. The Dandelion's getting ready to knock the hell out of that Monarch butterfly. But what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I saw this one again earlier in the week. And yeah, no, actually, I like this one too. I was getting ready to get out my wallet when I saw this one, and I think it's just a great, design. It's fun. I think right away when you see it, you kind of you know what's going on. A cool little sunflower. It kind of also reminds me of other hummingbird hat. I'm trying to think what it's called. Where he's
The
got
swing. Yeah.
the petal, the
Right.
flower, and he's hitting the bee. So it kind of reminded me of that one. I like also how they weren't restricted by the circle, and kind of a little bit more dynamic, like you were saying earlier with the other one, you know. But I like the colors. It just looks real fun and vibrant. Like I said, I could, if this one goes through, I could easily see myself getting this one.
Yeah. I almost feel like they put so much effort into like the two characters in the front that there's the loss and the detail in the back. It almost makes it seem like almost unnecessary. Um, if you're going to do like such a simplified background, you almost don't even need the background. So
Yeah, they could definitely. I mean, the background could get blurred out a little bit, or didn't have to be as detailed. But the overall concept of the hat, and everything, I think they did a good job.
yeah, it's a cool piece. Um, Maybe I would have opted to make like the bat like another item instead of uh like a leaf, maybe like um a dandelion with like white seeds on the top, or
Yeah, yeah.
maybe a stick or something, and then make what he wants to hit maybe something more like annoying. I feel like you almost feel bad for the butterfly. He's about to get smacked up, but
Yeah, no, that would have been cool. Something, some other, like maybe like a stick bug, or you know,
yeah, or
just
maybe like a
something else.
caterpillar or something that
It,
bothers plants.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a nice piece that the flowers drawn really cool. The petals around it are really dynamic, and I just feel like the background of the sky gets lost on the crown, almost like it's just like kind of unnecessary. But yeah, other than that, it's a strong piece for sure. And then last but not least, we got the Sumatra heavies. Milos teaming up with Rusty for this orangutan. What are your thoughts here?
yeah. No, it looks like a fun hat. It looks like uh, uh, we don't see many orangutans. From the primate family in the Clink Room.
I don't think
Uh,
ever, right? We've never had an orangutan. I don't think.
I don't know if I don't know if there's ever been maybe one that's gone through the critics or something. I don't know, but yeah, no, it looks like a good one. You can't maybe if we can gotten the button, do something with the button, to just add a little bit more to the hat.
Yeah,
Um, but it's just not really a whole lot. Other than that, there's not many more things I could you can do with this hat, I guess, is what I'm thinking.
yeah.
Just other than adding a button. Um, but it looks all right. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
The tough part about orangutans too is like they're just shaped so weird. Like the legs are so short, the arms are so big. So I almost think like his posture being almost like human like posture, it kind of makes it look awkward. Or maybe I would have like opted to make him kind of more slouched over, or made it more obvious. That way you can just get a bigger head too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool piece. It doesn't really tell me a story. It doesn't really like connect with me. It's just like a badass looking orangutan, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it might struggle to kind of catch those votes. Um, but design wise, art wise, it's a cool piece. But yeah, good to see Milos and Brandon team up, and then taking it now to our challenge of the week. So Monday, tomorrow, is the home run derby. So home run derby takes place in Atlanta tomorrow. So I just came up with the challenge of the week being Derby week. So different swinging logos, different baseball style logos. One thing I had in mind was um, like doing a Kong style, maybe Clink inspired stadium. Maybe you could do it like an 8-bit, almost Game Boy style, or even like a retro pixel thing would be cool. We got the the cyborg playing baseball. We got the samurai about to take a swing. Got the Kong getting ready to swing there. The chick in the bottom there. was inspired by that old commercial. I don't know if you remember that old Mark McGuire commercial with Greg Maddox and Tom Glavine, where they said "chicks dig the long ball." Do you remember
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that's the little, I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
get the AI to do it properly, but I wanted like the pose to be like this, and then the
yeah.
silhouette of the baseball flying by. But that's kind of like the chicks dig the long ball thing. And then Atlanta has a long kind of rough history, I think, with some of the Native American mascots and stuff like that. They had a person they actually named Chief Nakahoma, which eventually became banned and disassociated with them and their iconography. So I just, maybe do a respectful Chief Nakahoma, even though it was a real person, but it was like a fictional character that
Yeah.
ended very terribly. If you want to look into that, be depressed. But with the All Star game being in Atlanta this time, maybe doing a respectful um, version of that would be kind of cool. But yeah, just give you guys a little bit of inspiration for Derby Week. Not sure how many of the Clink Room artists are actual baseball fans, but I thought it would be kind of cool to um, queue up for them. Kind of have it home run Derby Week. But um, yeah, Jose, we made it to the end. Appreciate you taking the time and rescheduling and making sure that you get on the show. Been meaning to kind of chat you up for a while. We've known each other probably close to 2, maybe 3 years now.
Yeah, yeah. It was
But
nice
yeah,
we finally got in touch,
yeah,
man. Finally sat down and did this thing.
yeah, for sure. How can people connect with you?
I haven't. I'm mainly on Facebook, so
Hmm.
Jose Serrano,
Hmm.
Facebook. I haven't really gotten my Instagram up yet. But yeah, just find me on there. I'm in some of the groups. I think one of the groups that we're in right now is the Clink Room Cartel.
Yep,
So you guys
yeah,
can
you're a mod there. Yeah.
find us in there. Um, but yeah, just anytime you need to hit me up about hats or even about mental health, I'm always around.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it was cool kind of interacting with you. I know sometimes you have a really strong opinion on stuff, but what I do appreciate is like you were able to go back and forth and having different opinions without it like actually taking it too far. So some people don't know how to do that. So I always appreciate you and be willing to kind of entertain my counter arguments to your points of view too. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that for sure. Make sure you guys join some of the Facebook groups. So yeah, like I mentioned, we're in the Clink Cartel on Facebook. So you're a moderator there. Been having a lot of fun in that group. I've only been a part of that group maybe like 2-3 weeks. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. But yeah, I'm glad I found you in there and try to be more active there as well. So for Jose and Leo, we're out of here. Until next time.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys.
Eternal damnation. Eternal damnation. You're at the end of the world as you know it, my dude. Time is up and you out of mood, so what will you do? It's the BP mercenaries not here to...
Brought to you by VFTV.